Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So today was exciting, to say the least. We had a big, nasty dip this morning, but we're trending back upwards. And today's DCA day. So let's talk about what happened today. And let's talk about these two other crypto projects that could be the next Solana in 2024. So let's talk about all these things and more. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. Take a look. Bitcoin is trending up from this morning, even though we took a nasty dip. Okay, you could say a shakeout dip caused by some FUD. You had someone, an analyst from Matrixport, spread some FUD about Bitcoin, saying that he doesn't believe any of the ETFs are going to get approved in January. And somehow that caused a flurry of selling, plus a lot of liquidations, right? But here's the thing. I said it this morning. Had almost 10,000 people watching live. Nothing has changed with Bitcoin. Fundamentals are great. The holders are still here. Institutions still waiting to FOMO in. Halving event is around the corner. Rate cuts is around the corner. And of course, spot ETFs are still around the corner. Today is definitely a day to be stocking up, to be accumulating. Today is like we went backwards. We went back in time 2 days ago. In fact, actually, our current level, we went back in time a while. We're actually higher than a few days ago, right? So we're climbing upwards. Today's good, and it's just a matter of time. We get right back to 45 and we head to 48,000. So as for spot ETF news, again, we had some FUD this morning that kind of caused some panic. But you know who's not being FUDded out? Fidelity and rest of the big boys. Fidelity just applied for their own spot ETF, and CBOE already approved it, even though no SEC approval yet, not at least officially. But even Fidelity, who has been in crypto and Bitcoin for a long time, they're jumping in. Everyone wants to jump in. It's just a matter of time, right? So this analyst, again, spread some false FUD. Hey, you know what? It might not be false. Maybe he guessed correctly. Maybe Gary doesn't want a SEC or doesn't want a spot ETF in January. Okay, but so what? Bitcoin continues forward. The next approval day is in March. But honestly, does Bitcoin need spot ETFs? No. But it'd be good to have. It's like dumping gasoline on a campfire. It's going to cause an explosion and open up a new way for liquidity to come in and bring in trillions of dollars eventually. So, of course, it's good. Not to downplay it. But even without it, Bitcoin, we got 3 months until the halving event. Bitcoin is recovering upwards and everything is looking good. Everything is looking great. Fantastic, right? So definitely not a day to be panicky. Today, if anything, it should be panic buying, not panic selling by no means at all, right? And I'm going to show you my DCA portfolio and I'm going to prove to you guys why it's not a day to be panic selling. All right, so moving forward, SEC supposedly held meetings with everyone, including NASDAQ, CBOE, New York Stock Exchange, right? Getting them ready for spot ETFs that's coming up, right? So again, nothing has changed. And if you look at Bitcoin, well, according to stock to flow model, I mean, we're not even in the red. You don't even see the red dots. We're in the blue, which is still just recovery mode, right? Again, we haven't even hit that parabolic phase yet, which is just around the corner, right? That's probably going to start after the halving event. So we got about 3-4 months left. Then we get into that red, and that's when things get really, really interesting, right? And the last thing I'll show about Bitcoin is this. You know, when in doubt, zoom out. You realize that, you know, we're still following according to this trend line, haven't deviated. Yeah, maybe we dipped a little bit today, but, you know, we're still right on track. Continue forward, right? So nothing has changed. So hopefully, most of you guys, like I said, a lot of people watching this morning, oh, Bitcoin's making some moves right now. The George effect is in. Usually when I stream, Bitcoin just like skyrockets. 60% of the time, it's right every time. But, you know, today definitely is a day to be loading up, to be DCAing, because we just reset a few days, right? So let's move forward. Now, let's talk about these other crypto projects that can be the next Solana in 2024. Obviously, Solana had one of the better years in 2023. And I'm not saying that Solana's going to stop. They're still extremely strong. In fact, if you look at them right now, they're back up over $100, right? Up 2% right now. So obviously, Solana's not going to go away anytime soon. And in fact, I've been talking a lot about them, how they have surpassed Ethereum in many, many metrics, including stablecoin volume, which is actually pretty significant. But it makes sense. You rather transfer USDT or USDC with Solana than Ethereum because it's just so much cheaper, right? Stablecoin volume, NFT volume, overall volume, like seriously, everything is skyrocketing, right? Even their TVL's on the rise because now they have Jitto, which is a liquid staking platform. And of course, they have their DEXs. They have Orca, which is something that I'm new to, and also Radium, but there's so many others. But Jitto made a big splash recently with their airdrop, right? And of course, you got the memes. You got the memes going. You got people that made, turn 4 SOL into 2,200 SOL in 5 days. You have people make tens of millions of dollars or millions of dollars with memes, right? So obviously, that's why Solana is doing so well. Right? And I will continue to load up on Solana, that's for sure, right? But there are others that could be doing the same thing or doing even better in 2024. And the first one is Sei, or C. I think it's C, but people say it's Sei. But, you know, look at how strong they are. Even with today's dip, Sei is still up 11%. They are strong. I covered them a few days ago, and since then they're up like 20%. But, you know, I think it's just the beginning. I said Sei out of Cosmos could be the next Injective or be the next Celestia. In fact, I think they're higher than Celestia now. So they're not the next Celestia. They're already bigger. They could be the next Injective. And if they keep going, they could be the next Solana. So why do I think so? Well, there's a couple reasons. Number one, they're out of Cosmos. That means IBC is enabled. They support CosmWasm, which is the programming language and execution language within Cosmos. But also, their V2 allows EVM too. So dApps can come aboard utilizing Ethereum Virtual Machine or CosmWasm, so it's kind of both, right? And there's rumors that they may even support Solana too next. So they're trying to incentivize all these dApps to come aboard, which is quite interesting, right? But also, you know, I mentioned about Solana, their TVL going up, and a lot of it is due to Jitto, which is a liquid staking platform. You know what? Sei also has one. They're called Kryptonite. Sailor is a symbol. Someone asked me about this the other day, and I didn't know. I thought Sailor, I'm like, that has to be a meme or something, right? No, it's actually a symbol for Kryptonite, which is their liquid staking platform. It's relatively small, under, you know, very little right now, but look at them. They pumped us 66% today. Only 57 million in market cap. So actually, Kryptonite is one to watch out for, because if Sei continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger, then everything within Sei is going to get stronger, such as Kryptonite. So that's another one, another alpha for you guys that went up a lot today. But, you know, you don't want to FOMO in when something's up 66%. You want to let it cool. But definitely keep it on your radar. And for those of you guys that love memes and anime, right? They have their own meme coin that's called Sei. I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. So they actually have their own meme coin. Even though the meme coin did not do well today, it's down 29%. Okay. But they have their meme. So kind of like following in Solana's footsteps, right? Definitely have the momentum right now. I didn't even talk about like the speed and low latency and so forth. They have one of the lowest finality times, which means everything is settled really quickly. So in terms of just like the technical aspects to say really good, you could argue maybe even better than Solana. But they're following the same footsteps. TVL's going up. They have a new meme, right? They have their liquid staking, so that's why they're doing well. And there could be a lot of whales buying them right now, which is another reason, right? So pay attention to Sei and the things within like Kryptonite that could be explosive in the future. All right, so next one is one that people get confused by. Sui. A lot of people think Sui and Sei are like the same thing, but they're not. Sui is actually a lot smaller, half, under $1 billion, so they're up and coming. They've been doing well. So if you go back a month, they're about 35% up. Year, they're still down, right? So obviously, they haven't moved as much as Sei or any of the other ones. But Sui is actually out of the US. They were created by Miston Labs, who's in California, in Palo Alto. So this is one of the things they do, and they do other things too. They have this open source programming language for building smart contracts. They came out with the Sui wallet. They also do like a lot of research and development for tokenization, economics, cryptography, and all this stuff, right? So they're actually based in the US, which is kind of interesting, which actually probably makes it easier for them to get listed on Coinbase if they're deemed a non-security. But nevertheless, you move forward. Sui, they're also kind of moving in the same direction. Their TVL is exploding. They just surpassed 200 million in TVL. You know how long it took, say, like Cardano to surpass 200 million? Forever. The Cardano's barely above 200 million. So they're already like moving way, way faster, right? And Sui is also one of those chains from a technical standpoint, very fast, almost feeless, right? All these new L1s are all like that. So I don't even talk about it because they're all just amazingly quick. They don't even have enough dApps to come anywhere close to saturating their bandwidth, right? But they also have the liquid staking, and you have like Solana-based lending coming on board. SolLend is also expanding to Sui. Here's one. Transactions per second, amazing, right? You have KuCoin that's also investing into inscriptions that's on top of Sui. So that's kind of interesting. Yes, Sui also has inscriptions just like Bitcoin. So that's kind of interesting. A lot of NFTs coming aboard. They have their own NFT marketplace called Hyperspace, which looks pretty darn good, right? And their biggest swap that's about to be cross-chained, SuiSwap. Having a good day today. Relatively small, only 26 million, 27 million in market cap. Up about 17% today. So they're moving in the right direction too. So again, kind of like Sei, if Sui continues to do well, then of course you got to pay attention to the dApps aboard, and SuiSwap is, I believe, they're the biggest DEX within Sui, so definitely one to pay attention to, right? So that's the next one. So Sei, Sui, they look similar, but they're really different. They're really different projects, right? Okay, that's what I want to talk about. Today, definitely a good day to be DCAing, like I said. With today's dip, you buy low and you sell high, right? So that leads me to what I want to talk about next. My DCA portfolio that I've been building with you guys for like two years, 2.5 years, okay? Even though today, 24 hours, down about 5%, 5.38%. You know what? Overall, still up 24%. It got last week I think it was like at 35%. I was excited to check it today because it looked like I was going to be like at 50%. We came down a little bit. That's okay, right? Actually, it's actually good because when you DCA, you want to DCA on these down days. You actually don't want to DCA on up days because then you're not getting the full benefit, right? So today is a really good day to be DCAing. So let's see. 24-hour change, you got a lot of massive reds today. Polygon down 12%, which makes 0 sense. You got Avalanche down about 9%. You got Phantom down, Arbitrum barely down, actually. You got great movers. Beam up, Stacks up, BNB up, Polkadot down 10, Algorand, Snack. I mean, there's a lot of red today. So based on what I just said, I don't think I have either one. Based on what I just covered, I'm going to add... Ooh, it's tough because I like to add Sei and Sui, but I think I'm just going to add Sei, and then I'm going to add a little bit more into something like Polygon, which definitely sold off way more than they should have. And Injective. I like Injective. I'm too underweight on Injective. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's add Injective. How do I apologize. They changed this up. So every time I try to add, okay, here we go. All right, let's add Injective. Let's do $33 into Injective. 34.595. So that's 0.9538. Okay. And then I'm going to add Sei. And I'm going to put, yeah, I guess I'll just put $33 just to begin with. All right, so that's 41.27. And then I'm going to add some, ooh, it's slow. Okay, and then I'm going to add some Polygon because Polygon just sold for no reason. So 33 divided by 0.8624. All right. So going back. So today added Polygon because they sold off so much. Added Sei, which is brand new to the portfolio, and added a little more to Injective. But overall, still up 24%. And next week, let's see. Bitcoin roars back up to 45 plus and we go to 48. This is going to explode next week, right? So we'll see. All right, that is pretty much it. Oh, and for those of you guys that are wondering about my leverage, yeah, I got wrecked this morning. But you know what? I can't help myself. I got to take advantage of dips. So I opened up all these new leverage plays, and they're doing pretty well right now. I'm up about, I started about 9,000, and then I'm up about 2,300. The only thing that's down right now since this morning is Optimism. Optimism somehow did not recover, but everything else, I got some AVEX, Bitcoin Injective, Solana, Stacks, all doing pretty well. And in case you're wondering, this is a new exchange. It's not BingX anymore because BingX is closed to U.S. residents. So I'm starting with TapBit. And they're very similar. No KYC, open to U.S. residents. So I'm opening these up. I open these up, and we'll see where they go. I have a feeling that today's recovery will continue, and by the end of the week, we could be right back up to where we were yesterday. We'll see. We'll see. And we could get that ETF approval any day now. Remember, January 10th is the deadline. January 10th. even though it's speculated that it would be yesterday or today for approval, remember January 10th is the deadline. And even we don't get it in January 10th, the next deadline is in March, right before the halving event, right? So keep that in mind. All right, let's do some Q&A. Oh, all right, here we go. All righty. Let me scroll up here. Jose says, I am Solana. All right. Lucy's a new member. Welcome. Mana gifted 1 membership. Awesome. Appreciate that. Let's see. Jeff Warden says, member of 11 months, everyone DCA today, exciting day in crypto. I mean, seriously. If you step back, you realize today was not that bad. If you got liquidated, yes, it's bad. But if you just like zoom out just a little bit, you realize that on January 1st, when I made my video on January 1st and New Year's, Bitcoin was like around right here, like 42.4. So we're still higher than that. Okay. Yes, we got this big pump, but basically we went backwards like 2 days. So definitely not horrific. Not time to panic, right? But anyways, we reset for 2 days. So what do? How do you take advantage? If you have a time machine, you go back, you buy more crypto. Oh, I missed out. Jeff Warden gifted 5 memberships as well. Thank you, Jeff. Carpo asks, can Near Protocol be a competitor to Solana? They certainly can. They certainly can. I'm going to have to talk more about Near in the future. But Near is definitely moving the same direction of Solana. They are definitely a competitor to Solana. I should have included them today, but I ran out of time. Brian asks, you previously stated you could see Matic hitting $10. Is that still possible? Yes. That hasn't changed. All right, Brian, stop spamming it. You're just like keep spamming it. I'm gonna have to turn on slow chat to like 30 seconds if you guys keep spamming the same thing over and over and over again. What do you think about ASTR? Is that All-Star, Astar? I actually didn't look at them. Someone asked me about it this morning. I didn't look at them yet. But they're pretty big at 1 billion. Close to 1 billion already. The frontier of innovation. What does that mean? Japan's leading blockchain. Ooh, they seem like they support a lot of their cross-chain. They support a lot of languages. They seem to brag about how they're the biggest in Japan a lot here. They look decent. They definitely look decent. I'm going to have to do more research into them. Oh, look at this. Look at on top here. Astar and Polygon Labs join forces to launch Astar ZK EVM. So that helps. So basically, they followed what Immutable did. They've partnered up with Polygon, and now they're going to come out with their own Astar ZK EVM chain. So that actually is very bullish for Polygon. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely on a maybe list for sure. Text says there's an AI generated scam ad that appears on your channel before chat begins. Inform your viewers. I don't know what ads play, and I apologize. I can't control it. But the way you report it is you click into the ad and then you report it. So that's how, that's how you get rid of them. But don't just report, because if you report, then you're actually reporting my channel. You don't want to do that. You want to click into the ad. There's usually like a link. You click into it, see what account they're actually doing it from, then report that one. But anyways, when you see those ads, when you see crypto ads, any of them that tells you scan this QR code, right, or connect your MetaMask wallet, send us some ETH or send us some SOL or send us some XRP or whatever. If you see anything like that, you should know. It should already click that it's a scam, right? Like, why would you need to send anything to them? So, any thoughts on Mint Layer? Layer 2 on BTC. I got to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about a lot of Layer 2s for Bitcoin, other than Stacks and Rootstock. I've never heard of Mint Layer. Or have I? Yeah, no, I haven't. What's the name of exchange that you use to buy small meme coins? They're all different. They're all different. If you want to buy cock, you want to go on Trader Joe. If you want to buy soul stuff, then you go on like Radium, right? I mean, they're all different. Davos conference coming up January 15 and 19. Do you think it'll cause crypto like HBAR to soar? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know what will cause HBAR to soar for sure. Spot ETF approvals. That will do it. Thoughts on ordering right now? I'm seeing a huge buy order. You know what? I just covered Ordi yesterday. They are very hot. The biggest meme on Bitcoin, right? Taking a breather today. But if you look at their trajectory, it's quite wild, right? Right there to here, man. That was a crazy ride. That's already a 7x or 8x. Can it continue to go up and higher? Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, memes at 1 billion is nothing. Just look at how high Sheeb went in 2021 and how high Doge went in 2021. This time around, there'll be even more money. Not to say all memes will get up that high, but, the ones that do could be way bigger than people think. Pith Network is interesting, but I don't know how much they're gonna move. They're another Oracle, competes with Chainlink. Ooh, nasty dump today, 18%. The thing is, they seem to be faster than Chainlink, but Chainlink dominates the market. So it has always been the case. A lot of Oracles came out before, and they all failed against Chainlink. So I don't know if Pith Network can be successful. Hopefully. Does Tapbit have a mobile app? I have no idea. I don't use them on mobile. I usually just use desktop. I don't know what happened to Optimus today. I think Optimism went down because Arbitrum was so hot. Sei is really strong today. Really strong. What's up with Scale up today? Well, Scale is one that I briefly talked about maybe a week ago as a layer 2. There's a few layer 2s out there that are smaller, not the big boys, right? And Scale is one of them. So they seem kind of promising, right? And still, they're like a small cap, mid cap at 500 million, not above a billion, so they have plenty of room to grow. But there's a few L2s out there. When is the Aussie trip? I don't know. Australia is not on my list of places to visit. T. Diller says, I think all influencers are getting paid not to talk about ICP. I wish you would pay me to talk about ICP. I wish to be paid not to talk about ICP. I wish XRP would send me some checks to not talk about ICP. What do you think about Cadena, Theta, and Glimmer? I think Glimmer is Moon River, Moonbeam. I mean, you just listed 3 that none of them I like. So Dogezilla, meme coin headed to Solana. Meme coins are still bullish on Solana, yes, but not with a name with Doge. Doge is way too overplayed. At this point in time, if you want a meme to do well, don't pick Doge as a name. Man, Kryptonite keeps going up. Where's Kryptonite on? PancakeSwap, Gate, Bybit, Maxi, and Dodo. Kryptonite could be interesting. But don't FOMO in when it's up so much. Fidelity ETF was accepted. Yep, I covered that. CBOE already accepted Fidelity Spot ETF. Okay. So we're just waiting for SEC approval. So today's FUD could just be FUD. You could just get approval anytime now, right? The SEC is talking to everyone. SEC talked to NASDAQ, CBOE. Most of these spot ETFs are listed on NASDAQ. But NASDAQ, CBOE, New York Stock Exchange, man, it's going to be huge. Huge. Why are people so against meme coins? Yeah, I don't know. I think people think that meme coins, they don't have any utility, and they're all pump and dumps. But the thing is, some memes are legit, and they bring a lot of people into the space. SEC approval might come around 10th of January. Yep, that's the deadline. Even if we don't, then it's going to be in March. What do you think about Soldier Challenger SRT Demon story? I have not paid attention. I have no idea. No idea. Celestia, man, Celestia climbed up to the green today. So they're right around 2 billion and Sei is 1.8. So yeah, they're actually still bigger, but they're getting close, neck and neck. And both of these guys are trying to catch up to Injective. Injective is not too far off now. So it's almost like a three-way race to see who's the biggest L1 on Cosmos. Injective was at like 4 billion recently. So they actually took a huge dip. Jeremy asks, have you heard of the new IRS law? You have 15 days, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's being challenged. There's no way that's going to be legit. So I'm taking it with zero seriousness. Yeah. Still doing very well. Is there any good dexes on Sei worth looking at? Well, of course there is. Let's see. How do we find the best dexes? I bet they have well, I talked about Kryptonite already. So it's the Astroport. And 1 month change 200%. 1 day change 123%. What? Astroport. Yeah, they're up 8% today. 38 million. Do you think AI cryptos will pump more than gaming? I don't know. AI and crypto is still kind of young. So is gaming, but there are some great games out there. If the game makers can incentivize and draw in millions of players, they will definitely lead the way. Have I tried out the new Corvette E-Ray? No. I haven't tried out any of the new Corvettes. Not even a Stingray yet. I've been waiting for the prices to come down, and they have. So I may get a Stingray just for the hell of it. But the Z06 and E-Ray, you know, the thing is, Corvette looks so good. Even if you're driving those cars around, people just think it's the same car. That's the problem. The regular Stingray looks so good already. It's almost like, and the performance ain't bad. I mean, 0 to 60 under 3 seconds. So it's almost pointless to get an E-Ray or a Z06. The IRS law, similar, understood. I don't know what that means. All right, guys. Let's conclude. Overall, Bitcoin is coming up. Okay, today, moral of the lesson is don't fall for the FUD. Nothing has changed. ETFs are still coming. And we still have the halving event. We still have the awesome fundamentals. We still have high inflation. We have uncontrollable debt. You know, we have so many things. That's why we all hold on to Bitcoin for life-changing wealth, as a hedge against inflation, as a store of value, and today is absolutely awesome time to be loading up on your favorite crypto projects, right? We went back 2 days. Today is definitely a good DCA day, good buying opportunity. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time as usual, and we'll see where the market is then. Have a good one. Take care.